Captain's log, stardate 78406.2. Been nearly 4 years since I took command of this vessel, and ship and crew have functioned beyond the pale. We are returning home from the Naked encampment. All is well. Captain, good morning. Oh, you are sure different, Cito. Was it a date? No, Tendi had me up all night, playing Parsi Squares. I thought you hated games. Well, I guess Tendi brings that out in people. She kept me up all night, talking about all the time she got in trouble on the Cerritos. It was 30 years ago, but I don't think they're going to prosecute. You can talk someone's ear off, that's for sure. A lot of things annoy you, Grass. What would you know about it? I haven't had a shag in 16 years. Yes, but 16 years? That's too long, Grass. We have to get you a date. No, thank you, Captain. I'll pass.
By golly, I can't believe we're using 80s lines from the internet.
What's eating you, Vince? I beat him at Parsi Squares.
You cheated, that's what you did.
No, I don't think so. You're not very good at that.
Oh, Captain, very funny. Tendi beat him at Parsi Squares. I find that funny.
Oh, come in.
Oh, Captain, I didn't mean to intrude.
It's never an intrusion.
First officer's prerogative.
The crew rosters. Well, let's get to it.
Aye, we need to see to this situation right away.
It's too bad Admiral Locarno's going to miss it. We'll have to stream it for later.
I almost thought they were talking about Admiral Paris for a minute there.
Yes, Nick and Tom's father. He passed away. We all attended the service.
He got up there. He was a legend.
Well, I've lived many lives. I hope to be one too.
It seems you have a unique perspective.
I hope so. But I hope to see Nick and Tam when this is over. Your husband and your daughter. Tam is gender fluid. She will probably tell you to refer to her as they.
Understood, sir. Oh, Tam and the Riker girl are a handful.
That they are.
Shall we proceed, Captain?
Cito, indeed, you are under oath. I will tell the truth, Captain. Cito Jax, it has come to my attention that you have served this ship and the last for over 20 years, and have earned all merits and distinctions. So I have little choice but to give you this. Congratulations, Commander Cito. Thank you, Captain. All my hopes. Official ceremonies will have to wait until we return to Earth. Of course, sir. Captain Locarno, it's Admiral Picard. He's signaling. In my office, Grass.
Aye, sir. Captain Locarno, we're sending an envoy your way. Seems there's some trouble on the Klingon border.
The Klingons? You think they're up to something?
No, we've received a distress call from a classified planet in the area. We will send your message via hypercarrier.
Iota Geminorium is a yellow giant star, no Class M planets. But in line of sight of Earth, there is a viable star and planets behind it. Surely not that system.
The same. But nonetheless, we are receiving life sign readings from there. The last known person to go there was a criminal named Cyrano Jones. Cyrano Jones is alive after all this time? Yes, it is the Tribble homeworld.
But the Tribble planet has been quarantined for 78 years. I didn't think they were still around. I thought the Klingons hunted them all down.
Nonetheless, there's a distress call emanating from there. You will proceed to that system to rendezvous with the envoy ships and investigate. Yes, sir.
We'll get right on it.
Good luck. Picard out.
Admiral Picard has given us orders. We must proceed to the Beta Quadrant. Klingon space. Guess we'll need to get the sick bay ready. Mr. O'Brien, set a course for the Tribble homeworld. Mr. Rishinko, best possible speed.
Aye, sir. Yes, Captain. I'll go to the engine room, Captain.
Yes, prepare to go to warp. Engage. The shuttlecraft Ash has arrived, sir. On screen. I had a feeling you'd show up sooner or later.
Oh, I wouldn't miss this for the galaxy.
Tam isn't with you or Captain Nog?
Don't worry about it. She's with the Rikers and her auntie.
Now, I am worried. Torres is kind of nuts.
Yeah, and she hates it when I call her auntie, so I do it more.
I'm sure you're here to brief us on the mission. Come over and we will discuss it.
It's good to see you all made it back in one piece.
Well, we did try to blow up the ship once with the slipstream drive, but it worked out.
It wasn't my fault, Captain. We got here, didn't we? Nah, just kidding.
I had my concerns too, but it's good to see you, Elsa. Now that she got promoted.
I don't think I'd ever stopped her from speaking her mind before. Humans and their platitudes amuse me. Captain Nog, Ezri, I think you've met.
Oh yes, I remember when he was a cadet.
We'll see you soon. Prepare to dock. His ship will be here later. Aye, what ship would that be? The Emmett Till A. A glorious name for a ship. Indeed, see you soon. Locarno out.
Should we be concerned about command? People are still acting strangely after the space plague. The space plague has been stabilized, but they think it's a conspiracy since Bajor just joined the Federation. The crew has been inoculated. If the space plague is on the planet, we won't be affected.
So it could affect the aliens' behavior.
Oh, the timeline was a mess. The anomalous readings were everywhere. There was an incursion from 2396 to 2399, and then they came together. It was this Coddle and his people that did it. She's a walking memory prime database. Not as much as Boimler. He was even more so. Residual traces of the mutated space plague are still affecting various outposts and vessels. The origin of the mutation is traced to this sector we're going to. What a coincidence.
The Ventura B was lost in that region about 80 years ago when the planet was declared off limits.
The ship reported a plague outbreak during the survey mission, but she was never found.
Neither of the previous commanders were there, though. After Harriman and Demorasulu commanded it. The new guy Johnson only had it for a year before it was lost.
Why would Starfleet be so interested in a mystery from that long ago?
New evidence emerged to resolve the case?
Following the synth incident, it's more likely they just want to keep us busy.
You're probably right.
But we're going to have to know what to expect. Let's close the briefing to just essential personnel.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And about the plague, Doctor, make sure we don't come down with any symptoms. The inoculations were most efficient. I'm sure your efficiency will continue.
Main crew, you can go. The rest of you, get to work.
Is it possible Picard is leading us on a wild fowl chase?
I'm not sure. The planet must have some value, otherwise they would have sent us back to a starbase for repairs.
We did have a few run-ins in the Delta Quadrant, but we can handle it.
Considering how the last ship went, I'm kind of surprised the fleet let us have another one. I pulled a few strings. You did? Or did you just want to sit in the chair?
Oh, I didn't choose it. It's silly that they promoted a counselor to command, but they did.
In one of the Sillian timelines, you were a commander of the Aventine.
It sounds like a painkiller. Well, it's his adventure class, so it's close.
No, it's not, Captain. Captain Nog probably wants to get back to his ship. He's been antsy ever since he was revived on that station several years ago.
The anomalous station. It was like a Martial Sportist one, except it was able to revive the Emmett Till's crew after the ship was destroyed. And Nog was revived. It was extraordinary.
And the revived ship was given the call letters with an A on the end. In the wrong hands, the Sillians can be used as a weapon.
It's kind of what took out the last Chimera.
Yeah, hey, but what happened to Maj?
He went to go work on a reformed Borg ship. You know how he likes them.
He wasn't on the artifact, was he?
You tell me.
It's not something I investigated, but I can if you like.
I'm sure he wasn't on the artifact when he crashed on the android planet.
I'll investigate, time permitting.
And then there's the other personal matter. Our daughter's rebellious streak, for instance.
She gets that from me. Into hologram. Activate holodock. Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
You're a copy of the Journeyer one, right?
We are programmed for an update series if you like.
That's okay. I prefer relics. Do you know any Klingon opera?
I do. Would you like to hear Feast of the Blood Bats again?
Nah, that's a bit too grim.
89% of Klingon opera is grim, Doctor. The rest are for wakes, funerals, and ritual.
Tired hounds of the fire falls again.
I'm a doctor, not an opera singer.
Ah, what is that?
Bra 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 blah.
Targ hounds of the fire caves.
Bra 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 bra.
Okay, enough of that.
Bra 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 bra. Very well, Doctor.
What's on your mind, Zito? You remember that mission where we returned to call the camp? I don't think we had closure. Crash torpedoed the place, but it was empty, blown to bits. I cannot help but think we are not over our past. We keep running into it. I've known you for over 16 years. I think it's time for closure, don't you? I'm not here for counseling. It just seems that sometimes when we're out here, the mission seems pointless. I understand, but I'm part Romulan and had to learn to relax. But you're a walking anomaly. You're one of the daughters of a time-trapped Tasha Yar. Well, it doesn't bother me. I've seen a lot of stuff out here. Most of it good. That bubbly Tendi isn't rubbing off on you, but I admit she grows on you. She's quite a handful, but I imagine 20 years ago she was even worse on the Cerritos. I am best at changing difficult subjects. Do you want something for that? No, I've had my fill of mood enhancers. Thank you. You have a commission, and will have your own ship and crew before you're 55. I expected it to be sooner. So did I. I got my medical degree at 50. That hologram I noticed. What happened to Air? He retired to an unknown planet and became a recluse. Sorry, I asked. I'll be the one to open old wounds.
Do you want me to continue with the Klingon opera?
No, holodoc. That's all right. Well, I'm a doctor, not a music critic.
Why did you come all this way to hide here on the ship?
Captain Nog, surely you know the essence of subterfuge. Gotta seize the moment. You know, like a song. Yeah, hum it.
I do. I served on Deep Space Nine.
On the frontier, when I was in my youth, we blazed trails like a wagon train to the stars. Experience you should learn to appreciate.
There's a rule of acquisition for every occasion, ma'am.
Call me Yoda. No one's called me ma'am in a long time.
What would you know about the Tribble planet?
I had dealings with them. They were cute, fuzzy things. They mated like bunnies, though, and had a thing for wheat.
You remind me of my Aunt Moogie.
They called her Mookie? On your planet, that's messed up.
Yes, our culture used to be more misogynistic.
Weren't you the first Ferengi to join the Federation?
That is right.
You clearly aren't like other Ferengi.
Tried to be unique, make a name for myself.
You're the first Ferengi in Starfleet. You made a name for yourself.
They promoted me. It was an opportunity I had to take.
It took Starfleet 40 years to promote me. Even Sulu got promoted above me.
I wonder why that was.
Well, Starfleet bureaucracy kept a bunch of us glorified switchboard operators working for years.
What is a switchboard?
I think it was an old communications device.
Ah, a comm badge.
More like the thing running the comm badges, making all the things work.
Ah, hyperspace radio and subspace radio were not as efficient in your time.
No, it's amazing they communicated at all.
Same now, especially after the space plague. We didn't really improve it.
Comm systems are always first to go down.
I expect your position was very important to the Ventura.
Sometimes it was, but a lot of times it wasn't.
You're a curiosity, man.
I've been told that.
The Emmett Till.
Curious, your ship is named after a martyr of the early civil rights movement on Earth.
Yes, it is Tubman class, the second ship to bear the name.
Well, you treat her like a lady, and she'll always bring you home.
I will remember that, Admiral.
You do that.
Greetings, sir. Join us. We are playing rank and position. It's because we're kind of sore from the game last night. Mahoney is overseeing the engine room. Says it's nostalgia. I doubled that alto. I'm an exoarchaeologist, but I know the ship is sleeker and larger than the original Chimera. And also, 14 decks and 415 crew. You know how he gets. Yeah, but I don't have yellow colors on my uniform. It seemed the command colors are lax here. More interested in science than battle. But I've never really liked battle. Uh-huh. I was never really cut out for that kind of thing anyway. Neither was my sister. How was Molly your sister? I was born on Deep Space Nine, but I barely remember it. She never wants to go back there. I guess, but I double duty as helmsman here. I like it here. Do you remember Deep Space Nine? I remember Deep Space Nine. I was a weapons officer on a Klingon ship, but I was only 11 years old. 11 years old? Klingon boys must age fast. Isn't that 16 in Klingon years? And you had a most interesting beginning also. Incubated in the womb of then Colonel Kira. The shuttle accident that was told to me, I wouldn't remember that. She later became a general. Yeah, it's odd that I look like Julian Bashir, isn't it? Well, I'm here to be useful on this mission. I wish I knew what this mission was about. Headed for this off-limits planet is all. You were a child on the Ventura D and related to Worf. He's my father, but you were my uncle, which is weird. It's complicated. My parents were killed in an accident, and I was adopted by Worf as his brother. Nice to know you, Batman. That's my secret identity. Don't you mean Bruce Wayne? Is that the wrong series?
As the envoy, you were hiding Nog and the secret woman. What gives?
The old Admiral likes our secrecy, and has a flair for the dramatic.
Have we met? Not just because I'm over 320 years old.
You might say that. We both met her a long, long time ago.
Yes, but not in a galaxy far, far away.
What? Wrong franchise.
I know that.
I still feel awkward about it, that's all.
Seems we have a lot of catching up to do.
I wouldn't worry about that. I'm sure we'll be up to date shortly.
If you hadn't showed up, who knows?
You'd probably still be dating that Klingon from your past life.
Worf, he was too big for my new host buddy.
And you tried Julian Bashir once. Whatever happened with that?
He had the hots for Kira. He just didn't want anyone to know about it.
Wait a minute, I thought he was dating O'Brien when he was married to Keiko.
Well, this one time back in 2376, I shagged him.
He wasn't too big then?
He's about the same size as you.
Wait, wasn't he an augment? How could I have competed with that?
Yes, but he was grossly overcompensating.
What was he overcompensating for? Love with O'Brien?
No, the tailor, Garrick.
Oh my.
The gossip just keeps on coming.
Does Kira know Bashir liked her?
Oh yes, she did. They were overcompensating. With each other.
The Kiriyoshi kid. Yeah, he does look like Bashir.
That's because he's Bashir and Kira's love child.
Well, that would explain it, though. It's not in his data file.
Yeah, it's like that Kira and Odo thing was a cover-up. Like a silly fanfiction.
Well, since we're command staff, this won't get around.
Of course not. It's between us for now. Admiral? Captain, this is Crass. Go ahead, Crass. Captain, your offspring is on the line.
Oh boy, what has she done now?
Pipe it through.
Yes, Captain.
She takes after me.
That's not such a good thing.
Howdy, Mom. Howdy, Dad. We're having a great time vacationing here on Nepotisma. What did you do? They didn't mean it. Nope, we didn't.
The pronoun thing? Come on, what did you do?
We liberated the Rackers' pet targs and set them free. They got out, and now we can't find them. They were playing cowboys. We liberated the animals into a hostile environment. We hope the Electrocats won't eat them. You're going to have to round them all up. We're nowhere near you. We can deal with this later, Mrs. Riker, can't we? And I'm sure the kids will not cause any more immediate problems.
We're on a mission, so if there's no danger to the kids, they should remain with you for now.
I just thought I'd mention it, since I got caught. You must capture the targs, but they're hogs, so be careful with them. Let an adult handle it. Oh, they wouldn't gore anybody. They're sweet. Children, ugh. See you soon. Not too soon. This mission is not for kids. Stay away until it's over. But the planet has cute little tribbles. We can liberate them too.
How does she know about that?
We know where you are. That's ominous. We will not send them into danger. You have my word.
Good enough. Kids, stay out of trouble.
We'll try.
Deanna Riker out. Hold on a minute. I didn't think the Rikers had any children.
Never thought about it before, but maybe they just neglected to mention it.
Or we're living in an alternate timeline. Oh, stop it.
Captain, we are arriving in the system.
On our way.
Don't even think about it.
Think about what?
You know.
I know the Admiral's not supposed to beam down on an away mission.
You'll probably ignore it.
You know me too well.
Captain, long-range sensors indicate a destroyed vessel, Federation design, decimated near here.
From battle? But with who?
Impossible to know, but the distress call emanates from the planet's surface. Sensor scan, full magnification. Aye, sir. It appears the saucer section crash-landed on that beachhead. But there's a Klingon ship there, too.
We are in old Klingon space. It's definitely Federation. It's Excelsior class. It's the old Ventura B. Lost here about 80 years ago.
What's left of it? Any life form scanned? Scattered, but I cannot tell if they're humanoid. The EM belts are interfering with the scan.
I can navigate us through them into orbit. We can put together an away team.
Transporters? Are you kidding? We don't know what's down there.
Well, it's been 75 years. If it's still alive down there, good luck.
Nonetheless, no command crew should beam down if there's potential risk.
We can send Tabby and some of the crew down there. She's the CMO. Suppose they need a doctor.
All right, Tabby, Cito, and Crass. Lead an away team. But any side of trouble, get the heck out of there.
Yes, but Crass will slay anything that tries to attack us.
No one has seen a predator down there since the Great Tribble Hunt. Title drop.
I want to know what that means, but later.
Well, they were delicious, or so I'm told. I know. Let's get going. Why would they wait 78 years to send a distress call? The planet is temperate, doesn't have any predators, and seems ideal for a colony. Starfleet made this planet off limits after the Great Tribble Hunt. Indeed, it was Kang, Koloth, and Kor who fought in the Great Battle to rid the universe of the Tribble menace. They didn't save any, for study. Farm-raised, like a delicacy, for eating. Ew, you mean they bred them on farms for eating? Disgusting. And that's only what I've heard. I've never... Wait a minute, besides, there's someone here. Besides the mummies over there? Yes. I see you've got my message. I sent it. I've been waiting here all this time. I'm Commander Ezri Dax of the Chimera. My name is Lynn. I'm about 180 years old. Fascinating. I didn't know Terrans could live that long. I was around. Found this place trying to undo the damage. What damage? The old ship? The Tribbles. Their ecosystem was driven to near extinction. But in their original environment, none of this would have happened. But then the Sillian came. A Sillian? Lieutenant Edward. The experiment killed him. Was my first command when I came out here on the Cabot. She's Starfleet. I was a century old. I came here on the Ventura B. But something went terribly wrong. The Great Tribble Hunt? No, the Tribbles in the farm had broken out. They became monstrous. They were what? Crass, what was the Great Tribble Hunt? The legendary Klingons fought monstrous Tribbles too. Giant Tribbles. Cito to Kamara, we have a situation here. But if they come back here, we should return to the ship. Would you like to join us? Assuming your biofilters are better than ours. Then let's go. I'm as fit as a fiddle, Doctor. Cito to Kamara, 40 beam up.
Admiral's log, supplemental. We have brought a most unusual guest aboard from the planet. She informed our away team that she is the aged scientist stranded there since the 2320s. Somehow. No other signs of distress have occurred.
She's Lynn Locarno. Sound familiar? She's over 179 years old. But she looks good for somebody that old. For a human. You sound like a Vulcan. I'm Tasha Yar's daughter, half-Romulan sister of Sela. Who is that?
It's complicated.
I don't doubt it. Neither do I. Or me. Wait a minute. You were Curzon Dax. Yes, I'm now Ezri, and you've met my husband. Yes, charming young man, but don't worry about it. He is too young for me, and it would be weird. Yes, aside from her not carrying any pathogens, the genetic scan indicates she is his great-grandmother.
I'm his maternal ancestor. Jennifer Locarno Paris was my descendant, and she married Owen Paris. They had 2 boys, Nicholas and Thomas. You must be Nicholas, the more rambunctious one. I was separated from my brother Tom and raised by Julia Locarno.
Huh? It's complicated. I don't doubt it. Owen Paris was an annoying little scamp, but after a while, he never called.
I guess he assumed you died.
Only after I disappeared. But I see one of his 2 boys are out here.
We're both rear admirals now, but Tom Paris is on the journey.
Yes, but his career was a little saltier than Tom's.
Yeah, I was the troublemaker.
You're a walking example of twin theories, whereas you were separated but lived similar lives, predestined to be in Starfleet, and eventually end up in a similar life path. Fascinating.
In the 2360s, there was an exceptionally good chance it would have ended differently. But the Cardassians captured us and changed all that, ironically leading us back to Starfleet.
It's like a Ferengi burst rash. It just won't go away. Starfleet is a parasitic waterborne yeast infection. I wouldn't have thought of it that way. It was like that in the fleet of my time, too. So where do we go from here? It's your show. You came here. But there are other survivors from the Ventura B down there. You might want to rescue them. Just how did you end up down there? I arrived there in 2324. I'd been there ever since. I didn't intend to do that, but the anomaly happened. The Sillians came to our planet, too. Why is it always anomalies?
I must consult our envoy on the ship. She might know something about this.
Well, the planet does not have a spacefaring attack force. We can meet with them.
You can come along.
Oh, joy. You know of more Sillians? Great. Don't seem so enthused, Doctor. You're being sarcastic. Don't play Vulcan with me. You know you can be more sarcastic than anyone on board. Don't give away our secrets in front of the guest, Captain. I will go to the planet and find this other colonist leader and bring him back. You can come along.
Wait a minute, but earlier you said I couldn't go.
I'm going to do it just to annoy you. I am picking up 2 humanoid life signs just ahead. You just wanted to show up Nick about beaming down to the planet, didn't you? Well, he owes me one. Several, actually. You're merciless, Captain. You have no idea. He totally does. Hello, we know you're in there. Come out.
We don't want any.
I'm Captain Ezri Dax from the Chimera. We come to rescue you. We have plenty of room for all of you.
I am Towhead Harris, commander of the Ventura B.
It looks like he hasn't aged a day. How did you get here, sir?
I came looking for my old ship. It got lost in the past. I used my time shift to reach it. Then I decided to stay.
Judging by my scan, he appears to be a Sillian.
Indeed, I am a Sillian. Always hated it, though. Ever since on the old Ventura D, when Cat and Cards made fun of me for crashing a shuttle into Relva. Well, almost crashing. Picard saved me, but come on, I was like 14.
How does that work? The Sillians are said to come from our time.
Well, about 35 years ago, the timelines converged, so that the TOS era and the TNG era were in the same space-time continuum. So that then 1988, 2288, and 2365 were related. From my perspective, I went looking for the ship as the pandemic started and got trapped here. It was 2397 then.
By that it means he would line up with 2020, 2320, and 2397 3 years before the ship disappeared.
Ah, friend Towhead. Oh God, you found me. Did they lead you here? Surely not.
We didn't lead him here. Honestly, we didn't think he was alive. Impossible. That man was dead for years, but I'm detecting something unusual inside him.
Cyrano Jones, at your service, ladies and gents.
But you were killed in the 2270s, during the second mission of James T. Kirk on the Ventura.
Cyrano Jones is alive. The planet must have regenerated him. You never figured it out. My people and I wish to join your merry crew. It'll be fun.
I'm detecting several strange creatures. They were cloaked, apparently. We're surrounded.
You can't leave so soon. Sit a spell. We'll have to get to know each other.
I'm detecting a signal from a parasitic creature inside him. It is summoning another creature.
The so-called Bluegills. They leave us alone, though. Something they don't like the taste of. The Bluegills, yes. They don't like me, but they'll like you.
I bet they won't like me either.
That's true, Dax. They don't like you.
What does he mean?
People like me and Dax are not on the menu. However, Cedo or Tabby would be.
Chimera, emergency transport now. Captain's log, supplemental. We have returned from the Tribble planet. Towhead Harris is in custody, confined to quarters. While we sort this out, Cyrano Jones, or what was him once, is still down there. It appears the Bluegills have come here as well, which could mean immediate danger. We have gone to yellow alert. Transporter shields remain up.
Oh my, it is you.
I am the envoy, but it's good to see you, Ezri. Or should I call you Curzon? How long has it been? For me, let's see, about 11 years. We met you all last in 2391 at that weird planet, where the old gang was restored by the Eon people and backed up in that weird cloning thing.
She swore me to secrecy, Captain.
Captain Nog, how are you? How are Quark and Rom?
They're fine. I'm also fine, Captain. Thanks for asking. Although, several years ago, on that weird mission, I thought I died. That was a weird one, for sure. Yeah, that was a weird one.
That weird planet restored him too, I guess. So this weird planet can make us younger. I suppose it could. I sent Tendi and Tabby to look up the strange signals from the planet. What'd you find down there? When this is over, I will join Tendi. We didn't find any Tribbles, not yet. But we found Cyrano Jones, altered by some kind of parasite.
Like a renegade version of the Trill?
I don't think they're Trill. I think they're some kind of offshoot. Renegades. Renegade version of the Trill. Some sort of weird offshoot. I'll have a look at this also. I have an ear for that kind of thing. That would be appreciated. Suck up. I'll be there if you need me. I'll meet with Tendi. Very well. Dismissed. So this one time, Welmer and Rutherford and I were trapped on the holodeck. It was silly. That has nothing to do with the anomalies in the signal. I checked. No, it just reminded me of something. A signal sent in an encounter in 2364. From Starfleet? How is that possible? They operate on a signal that is above human hearing, but I'm an Orion and can hear it. And we should inform the captain. We must have a testable by hypothesis. They have put many firewalls and blocks in the way of finding this information. If they had all these security protocols, how did you get in? I used the backup catalogs for research. It is research, isn't it? Bluegills, huh? Neural parasites? Almost took over Starfleet? No wonder it was classified. They're telepathic? We shouldn't be looking at this, right? Well, if it's pertinent to the mission, and they're here, the captain must be notified. I was getting to that. Have you determined the source of the second signal? No, but it matches the one killed in 2364 on Earth at Starfleet, the mother creature. But you said she was killed. Maybe there's another one. I see. Captain Locarno to Stellar Cartography. This is what we found, Captain. Are you sure? The signal seems too close to call. Over 30 years ago, the mother creature sent a signal into space. It was in this direction. They've apparently replied... Who replied? The neural parasites in your record? The so-called Bluegills were a faction of parasitic symbionts without hosts. They originated from a Trill offshoot colony. That's the theory, anyway. That's wild. I mean, what are the chances? That's astronomical. The last known member of that species was briefly on the Ventura D also, named Odan. It is a coincidence. It must be. He was just visiting, but was injured and replaced by a she. Did you know of them, Captain? No, we've never met. She was almost assigned to the Chimera, but I got the job. I've not seen her since. You think there's some way Odan sent the signal? Why? I don't think it's her. I mean, it's probably just her species that sent it. You think? You're right. No evidence except a signal. And a group of them stranded on the planet, looking for a new ride off-world. The sender's unknown. If the Bluegills made it to the planet, they might have friends down there. We would become infected. Not me, though. They're going to reject to join Tribble. Oh, yeah. The Cyrano Jones host rejected me, but wanted the doctor or the commander, who are in perfect health. And then there's Towhead, who's confined to quarters, and it didn't like him either. Nothing in his scans reveals a parasite. He has the physiology of a male human of Middle Earth age, perhaps 49 years old. This is a hollow of a madmav. What is it, a madmav? He's a chimeric creature associated with Towhead, a Sillian. Come on, the Bluegills don't like him because his friend has powers?
That was a Sillian? Yes.
Explain how these two Sillians were together. Yes, the Sillians had a most unusual ambassador to the Andorians and Tribbles, due to a transporter mishap. A madman was mainly a humanoid, but he'd been grafted into a Tribble also, making his hair bushy and giving him the ability to reproduce asexually. But as he got older, his hair fell out. That's insane. Sillian space often is. He disappeared off the mob planet 2399 and was not seen since. This happened about the same time that his friend Towhead Harris also left to go looking for him. One of the Ventura commanders? Yeah, the guy we have in custody. I have a theory, and I'd like to ask Towhead to test it. You may go see him, but if he tries anything, stun him. He doesn't seem remotely hostile, merely frustrated. My theory is that his emotions drove off the creatures. I would like to see if this is true. Okay, due to Sillian space anomalies, there's nearly 80 years between events in similar timelines, and so he can be in two timelines at once. This Amadmap might have gone to the Tribble planet with him. It's a good thing we're here. I will prepare my medical supplies for the test. If the Bluegills are amassing for war down there, we should be ready for that, and prepare to screen out such things. Make it so. Aye, sir. I will have to inform Nick of this, as there's a possibility we're running right into a trap, set by aliens from another faction out here. We get that a lot. Yes, but I'm a doctor, not a spy. Report.
The scans of the two sites on the northern flatlands, adjacent to the beach, indicate a small population of humanoids. The non-humans, including the parasites, are numbering in the thousands, and scores of various sized tribbles, with 10,000 in that area. We thought at first they had no natural predators, and that it was an old experiment that had added human DNA to them, but that it seemed to have happened to only some of them. On the planet, the main predator species is now the bluegill. It also has given them split minds and intelligence, and they have gained a form of sentience. They are capable of being reasoned with? Incredible.
I have uncovered other humans who have merged with them by accident, including Madman, but he's missing.
The Tribble Andorian. I met him once. I think I did also, but I was too young to remember much. On the Ventura D, Captain.
How large is the human settlement?
200 people, probably the crew of the Ventura B.
But they've been here for almost 80 years.
To them, they've only been there 3 years. The anomaly that brought them into our present left for some unknown reason. They did not remain for 8 decades. And there's a small Klingon crew, 14 people. And, like the humans, most seem to have been assimilated with the parasites. That is, except for one Klingon. I wonder why.
Maybe it's the same way Towhead was not taken. Not sure why.
Years ago, the Klingons were the predator species here.
Report, Doctor. Towhead Harris allowed me to scan him. He's like a trill.
What, Doctor?
The scan of his blood type indicates various issues. He's diabetic, something cured in our time. But he also has a rare Pinehillian contagion which predates the Borg, called the Borg. Not Zeldanian Nintendosis.
That sounds like something a 13-year-old human would make up. I kinda like it. You would.
He never became an overlord, as his other issues prevented him manifesting powers fully. It's not his emotions, but the chemical imbalance caused by the Borg, when he was assimilated in his time in 1988, which corresponds to our 2364. The DS9 crew did encounter the Borg several times, but usually Towhead wasn't among them. Barrister, Hazel, Halter, the Glenna twins, Messy, but not him so much. So, this somehow keeps the bluegill from infecting it. He probably tastes bad to them. And one other person has the diabetes, Tim Connor. He'd also be immune if he were here.
Maybe we could inoculate the crew and make them undesirable.
It would be unethical to deliberately assimilate the crew. Maybe we don't have to. Some of the crew might already be immune. Do we have any record of any of us being in contact with the board? I already thought of that. Good. Let's put together another landing party of those who would be uninteresting to the aliens and go down there.
They could still physically attack us, Captain.
We'll take no unnecessary risks. Dismissed.
You let Mahoney and Nog in command of the bridge. Are you sure?
You're itching to go down there, but you wanted to explore strange new worlds. Title drop. We have a lock on their hive and we'll beam down. Any sign of hostilities and we'll beam back. Ready, Mr. O'Brien?
Aye, sir.
There's good news and there's bad news. What's the good news? Their cloaking fields are down, Captain. And the bad news? Kind of the same. They're not hiding anymore, so they're expecting us. You mean they're in plain sight? Oh boy. Yes, they're not even trying to hide it. I smell a trap. They don't know we're carrying the Doc's concoction. Hope it works.
It'll work. Lynn was also immune. Seemed the Bluegills underestimated us.
I'm more worried you may underestimate them. This looks like some kind of pillow fort. There could be something coming out. There it is. Phasers to ready.
Huh. That's a Tribble?
An excessively big one, yes. It must be the mother creature. Well, they're all technically mothers, Captain. Can we attempt to communicate with it using the universal translator?
How would they even work? They weren't sentient before.
Well, we'll give it a try. That is the biggest file of fur I have ever seen. We mustn't anger the creature. It could attack at any moment. Activating universal translator.
Oh, my stars and space rocks. Welcome to the planet of the Tribbles. Bow before you are in the presence of your queen. If we bow, she might eat us. Eat you? Oh no, dear boy. I've already eaten this morning and popped out 8 more of me. You know, well, drones, technically. They have no assigned gender. We're all fabulous.
Admiral, we're surrounded.
Welcome to the perfection of our utopian ideal. The world that we took back from the Klingons.
I think she's cray-cray.
You mean crazy? Seize them and take them to our ugly expert. Guards, take them away. I will join you later.
The comms are jammed, and there's a transporter jamming field, too.
As you can see, Starfleet, there's nowhere to go. Our jamming fields are quite effective.
Where'd they get the intelligence to do such things?
They didn't. The neural parasites are doing it. A lucky guess, Admiral Locarno. Funny you and your crew came down here, leaving your ship vulnerable.
This is precisely why command crew should not beam down to a planet. I blame myself.
Yeah, you probably should, but I shouldn't have listened.
We are still armed. I suggest we hunt them, sir.
Yeah, we could mow them down with phasers, but that would be uncivilized. It would seem your science has found a way to block our signals to join you. We will find a workaround in time.
We should defend ourselves.
Take them to our ugly expert. Let him decide what to do with them.
We cannot blast our way out.
We could, but we wouldn't get far.
No, we would not.
Welcome to the rightful world of the Tribbles. Come stay for dinner.
The Admiral and the Captain were captured.
Someone has erected a transporter jamming field round the site. We cannot beam them back from the planet. Perhaps we don't need a transporter. We could take a shuttle and blast our way in. We will plan a rescue at once.
Captain, we're not alone out here. What? Proximity alert, Klingon bird of prey.
On screen. That thing is a relic from 80 years ago. That pile of junk's no match for the Chimera. Maybe we should amuse their captain.
Her weapons aren't much, but she does have the firepower to make a mess of things.
Red alert, shields up and hail them. I want to know who we're dealing with. I am Koloth, the young master of the hunt and slayer of worlds. And I am Nog, captain in Ferengi, first to conquer the Emmett Till Starfleet ship. My away team is conducting a peaceful mission on the planet. Do not interfere. Your ship, the Chimera, is no match for me. I also conquered this one. Something is not right, Ferengi. I suspect you are lying. I come from out of space and time, from the other side of the annoying anomaly. He's from the 2320s. His being here is going to change the timeline. That's not how it works. I'm from a parallel timeline, as was the Ventura B. You're interfering in our salvage of the Klingon attack party, sent to retrieve the renegade Towhead Harris. Where is he? I do not know.
Scans indicate that they do have a Sillian aboard, sir.
The scan indicates you have a Sillian aboard. It must be him.
And also, let it be known that I've finally seen that blooper that Cal-Cat was talking about a long time ago, when he said, "Oh, what are you going to do, Q ravish me?" I finally saw that, and now I get it.
I'm the Sillian.
You are not so advanced that we do not know what you are up to. Even if I do not look like your Koloth, I am cunning and of wit, but you are not funny. The Tribbles are evil. In my time, they destroyed my engine room. I never got Kurt back for that. How could we know anything about that? We weren't even born yet. She's the Sillian, like she said. She is not Harris. Bring him to me, or we will attack and destroy the Chimera. I give you 10 minutes to decide.
He's gone.
Well, that just went splendid, didn't it?
How did he know?
He has sensors, just as we do. Can we scan his ship for the Bluegills?
I detect many bluegills there, including one on the bridge, but it's not in him, it's in his pet.
His pet? We must make sure the beasties don't come over here. We can't ward them all off. We know the away team has been inoculated. The doc will have to make more, but we have only minutes. How do we get past Koloth and down to the planet? He's clearly not our Koloth, as he's dead, but a younger, less experienced one. How can we use that? He's a Klingon. He will expect battle. How about we give him something he won't expect, like Harris? 'Cause he'd kill him? Yeah, we can't go about threatening to kill people. That's not Starfleet's way.
Suppose we distract him instead. Make him think we're going to hand him over, but escape to the planet to rescue the others.
Some of the lower roles of acquisition concern treachery for profit. So let us make it look like Harris is not here, by removing him from the playing field. You want me to execute him, sir? I was thinking something less violent than that, Lieutenant.
What do you have in mind?
Oh, we might need him later. Sato, I need your advice on this.
My advice? For what?
Koloth can scan for Sillians. Is there a way to mask him and hide him somehow?
I think we should put him off the ship, but make him rescue the crew.
If you can't convince him, confuse him. Is that a rule of acquisition? No, it comes from one of my ancestors, the great Jim Davis. Ah, one of your leaders. Have one of you escort Harris to the shuttle bay. Aye, sir. wonder why there's no one in their engine room during an alert. Huh, it's weird. Cito, I'll go hold off the guards and you get to work. Hi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Halt, who goes there?
Yeah, how'd you get in here?
Through the shields, no less. You blighter.
I've got a device that cloaks me, and also lets me beam through shields. I got it from the synth planet.
Neat. Oh, I mean you're trespassing.
Oh, we should alert the captain.
He'll get away.
I can guess that. It's a good thing I didn't take the turbo lift. You'd have to wait for the next one.
Take him to the captain.
Yes, sir. The humans have launched a shuttle, sir. The humans launched a shuttle. Report to your stations. We'll stop them.
Now don't tell him everything.
Sir, we found this human. He was trying to sabotage the engine room.
You told him. Ah!
Now we look like fools. You're a fool, too. What did you think you were going to do? Sabotage the engines? That was generally the plan. Are you mad? Not since those special counseling sessions, but I tell you, male counselors are the worst.
Female ones are far better, I take it.
Aye, lassie, that they are. I care not of counselors. Klingons have no need for such things. Klingons without counselors would degrade into barbarians. You are just itching for me to kill you. Aye, a death wish. I had one. I drank myself nearly to death, but I had my liver replaced. I survived. Tell that to someone who actually cares. But the Koloth of our time could tuck your ear off. And what happened to him? He became legend, but he's in Stovacore now. Ah, you know of our culture. Impressive. There's no sign of the escape ship. I may let you live, Mahoney. Where is Harris? Well, Towhead is no longer aboard the ship, as you know. Ah, the escape ship. But coming out here to sacrifice yourself is suicide. I don't think so, Koloth. Ah, I see. You'll find your weapons are offline too, by the way. He is right, sir. They're offline. Get them back online, or we will have a barbecue. Yes, sir. Behold, our ugly expert, the chimeric creature Imadmav, part Tribble, part Andorian, part man. Welcome to my stage, my guests. I am the one you've been looking for. I am the all-powerful Oz. I am the one who is many. I am the ugly expert of this planet, Mikey Madman. It's the missing Sillian. Evidently. Bum 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 ba bum. Bum 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 ba bum. Bow before the greatness of the Tribbillion paste. You should try some. It's delicious. It's like candy. It's sweet. Bum 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 bum.
No thanks. No telling what you spiked it with.
I did not spike it. Tribbillion paste is already an aphrodisiac. It's like safflap. Some call it Techite love paste. The Far-Outians, like LaForge, swore they were to die for.
Ew, I'll pretend you didn't say that.
Safflap?
Demon semen? Yuck. Demon semen. That sounds like a good name for a punk band.
I wonder if he knows about Harris being around. Oh, I know what he is. But I broke up with him earlier.
I see. That's too bad.
I didn't come here to make amends. I came here for the hunt. What hunt is that? The great Tribble hunt, of course.
You came here to honor the hunt. Are you insane? He isn't exactly working in all hailing frequencies.
I was created in my year 1988, which lines up with 2288 and 2365 in a transporter accident that clone grafted my Andorian self into that of an errant Tribble that happened to be on the pad. The only time that ever happened was during the Journeyer mission in 2372 when Tuvok and Neelix were joined into Tuvix, but then later reversed. You would know Paris, because we'll always have Paris. But I'm Nick Locarno. I'm not my twin brother. Nick Locarno. Must have read about it. Yes. Have you tried to reverse the effect, as Journeyer did?
Even though Janeway did something unethical, he would have died anyway.
It was too late. I was already crossbred. We weren't able to reverse it.
He's not infected, and the parasites are ignoring him.
I'm a Sillian, after all. My chimeric nature makes me gross to them.
It may not have occurred to us, but they were all teenagers when this happened. You mean this is all some elaborate middle-aged fanfic? It's like we're astronauts on some kind of Star Trek.
Enough of this. I'm the center of attention. Make them do my bidding, or fail. I can't control minds, Tribble Queen. I can barely control my own. I sense that you are planning an escape. It will not work. You are too curious about us to leave. Also, there's the matter of Koloth from the other timeline. You detect him here as well? Klingons are our enemies, more so than the Starfleet people. Oh no, I must get out of here. What is it? It's a shuttle.
Well, I'm an old lady, not a marathon runner. Not running over to it.
They are not safe from the change. Seize them and make them our slaves. But shuttle is about to land on me. How rude. I will let you escape in the shuttle. For now. They wouldn't attack with me here. Who says I won't attack you? Admiral, Captain, we should get out of here.
Now's our chance. Make a break for the shuttle. Honey, I've only got one speed at my age.
Hurry, well, they are distracted. Yes, quickly. Prepare for launch, yes. Admiral's log, supplemental. We have returned to the Chimera unharmed, but the time-trapped Koloth has captured Mahoney and is still out there. We must get Mahoney back from the planet.
He has a device capable of bringing him back any time. That's convenient. Do you also have such a device? Yes, Captain. I used it to disable their weapons, but it'll be up again soon. Nog has returned to the till. We should get Mahoney back.
Open a hailing frequency to Koloth's ship.
Yes, sir.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Please, take him back. He's talking us to death. Are you sure you don't want him to stay a little while longer? Absolutely not. He's rambled about his overbearing mother, his patronizing counselor, and his various odd jobs where women neglected his advances. It was disgusting. What can I say? You don't want me to come back, sir? Also, the fact that my warriors are apparently Patag, who do not see the other intruder who messed with my weapons. I had to slay one of them for that. We should beam some of our parasite guests over to your ship. That will teach you. That's okay. I'll see myself out.
Too bad he had to go. He was almost as cute as that Cal Hazel guy. I don't know. I kind of thought John Holter was hot.
Enough. That was fun. Don't ever do that again.
Yes, don't do something that foolish again.
Ugh, seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well, I haven't transported any parasites through the shields. I'm not sure they can.
But how did you get through the shields? Personal transporter from the Arcadian androids. Close range, though. Won't let you work to leave a planet with them.
Cute. Next time we will use them to beam the parasites out of the Tribbles. Would that even work?
I don't think so. Koloth's ship is retreating. If he's anything like our Koloth, he will return.
I bet this whole mission wasn't actually sanctioned by Starfleet, even if Picard sent for us. I'm getting a signal from the Emmett Till, Captain. Is it Nog? No, it is Jevon Dahl.
I don't know anybody by that name.
Open a channel.
I am Jevon Dahl of Trill.
And I am Ezri Locarno of Trill.
You were the guy that was with the Rikers. Were you successful in wrangling the Targs? Yes, we were. Thanks to him. They got the beasties, thanks to intervention from Worf. It was the least I could do. It is agreeable to see you again.
Same here, old friend.
I see you remarried. Isn't Nick Locarno a little young for you?
Very funny.
Take care, Ezri. And if you do not take care of Ezri, I will find you. Are you serious? Oh, come on. I do not kid. Hey, I mean, you people met a long time ago, I can tell, but I've only been joined once before. But still, it is profitable. I took time out of my schedule to go to Nepotesia and check up on the Rikers.
It wasn't just an excuse for a social visit.
Father! Alexander, it is agreeable to see you again.
Are you coming to visit here?
Considering what is brewing down there, I could be dragged into it. Report your findings.
A younger version of Koloth is out here.
Nog told me about him. He must be a Sillian imposter. We must slay him.
But are you bringing Tam here? With him here, it's not safe.
I will make sure the children do not come to harm.
Castro's here too. How'd you get Riker to okay that?
Oh, great. It is too late for us to turn back now, Admiral. And even though this signal is secure, I'm sure our enemies are monitoring.
This is going to be hard to explain.
Truer words were never spoken.
We will not divulge when we are to arrive, but you will know before they do. Tal out.
Worf was just saying you wanted to kill people. He's cracked. No offense, Alexander.
I do not take offense, sir.
All right, prepare for their arrival. The Emmett Till will be here shortly, under the temporary command of Worf.
Well, never technically outrank him. What are we going to do in the time we have?
Gotta figure out what the Bluegills' angle is. Oh, what they're actually up to.
Worf must have come here separately. He's only borrowing the ship.
He must have ferried over to the Till while we weren't looking with a runabout.
Probably why Koloth took off and let you go.
Aye, probably. Captain Nog's log. Supplemental. The Emmett Till from DS9 has arrived. Oversee the mission on the Tribble planet. The Defiant is in our shuttle bay. But I am still in command. We have arrived. I never thought Ezri Dax wanted to be in command. Until recently.
I've chosen many career paths in my various lives, Mr. Worf.
So that's the Emmett Till. The bridge is similar to ours.
Welcome aboard the Emmett Till, Admiral. Thank you, Nog. You have come a long way, Nicholas Locarno. It is agreeable to see you again. I trust you did not break any speed records getting here on the Defiant, sir. I may have bent some rules getting here, but so be it. I will chalk it up to diplomatic rank. Your ship is still fully functional. His ship? The Till is my ship. Could have been Ezri's, but she passed it up to command her ship.
Tamara Locarno, what were you thinking? I don't know, just me and me, Ma. Uh-huh, sure you were.
Well, now that Tam and Kestra are here, they can stay out of the way of the mission and do something useful.
Like what?
We can help you round up Tribbles. Some of them are hybridized with an invasive parasitic species. Really? That's nuts.
They seem to be giving the larger Tribbles a form of sentience, but it is an empty one, as they are using them as living armor shells or puppets. We met their queen. She was gigantic, maybe 8 feet tall and 14 wide. A little over 2 meters. They had no such queen when the great Klingon horde hunted them.
The Tribbles on the planet have become actual monsters. We cannot risk anyone going down there again to see them. They are possessed by those creatures. They might not even be able to help that.
I will go to the planet and speak to their leader. Who is this?
I am Lynn Locarno, great-grandmother of Nick and Tom. I was assigned to the Ventura B, which came here, and got in search of the Tribbles. I found them, unfortunately.
I know what you're planning. I can't let you go back down there.
I am going back down there. No, you're not. I must go. I'm the only one that can interact with them and convince them of this. What? The parasites can't be reasoned with. You didn't live among them. You can't be sure of that. But they'll probably kill you. I must take the risk.
I will go with her, and Alexander will accompany me.
Yes, it will be glorious.
Yes, but we will not go alone. We will have security. We would not want to become a meal for the larger ones. We would go in and observe for tactical reasons.
That's a bad idea.
He's a governor. He can go where he wants.
You will remain here. I don't want the two of you involved any longer.
He's pulling rank.
For our protection?
I won't make a formal protest, but just stay alive.
Oh yes, but if the other Koloths shows up, I save you the same.
It'll be glorious.
Yes, it will. Let us return to the Chimera with the girls. And if that other Klingon comes back, we'll give him a challenge.
Father, it appears that our security force is wiped out and we have no transporters.
But there's your Mad Mav and Harris, those two Pine Hill children, who are now grown.
How did they get here? It doesn't make sense.
Mad Mav, the parasites are not our friends. I've been to the ship. I would know.
That isn't why I came back. It wasn't to find you. It was for revenge.
On me?
I made the signals to lure Worf here. He ate my space children. They weren't your kids. They were some sort of space clones.
They were so.
I am here, and I brought Lynn and Rashenko.
Then we will fight here, you and me.
Mad Mav, you are mad. I will not fight you in battle.
I've changed my mind. I won't fight you. I'll make you eat your fill until you are done.
I think he wants to humiliate you, sir.
You cannot be serious.
Guards, take their weapons.
Oh no, they've reanimated them.
That's not all.
I will not eat these tribbles.
You see, it's an incredible stroke of luck. You even came here. I'm no seer. I suppose it's an incredible coincidence then. And after the guards are done guarding, I will sick the vicious engineered Tribble horde on you. You will not escape.
Mad Mav, what did you do to them?
I didn't do it. Each one of them has the aggression of a rabid dog, thanks to the parasites inside them. They will consume your force.
They were small. I will not eat them, but slash them to pieces.
Very well then, they will eat you.
I suggest we do what we were supposed to do. Hunt them. We will keep our weapons, and also pummel them with our fists. Let us fight.
Guards, seize them. I will retreat. I didn't really think this through. Stupid of me.
I will not eat your tribbles, but if you do not let us go, I will rip you from limb to limb.
Surely not.
Don't call me Shirley. Give us back our weapons. They transported away and took Lynn with them. Gah! Here are some weapons, Master. A Mad Mav ran off in the confusion. A Mad Mav ran off, but I don't know why he thought I'd come here. It makes no sense. The parasites completely killed our security force. When you knocked him down, he's died. Yes, they died with honor.
I think you Mad Mav's seen too many Earth videos with coincidence in them.
It appears so.
We seek peaceful coexistence. Your people will be altered by the Horde, and then turned into our drones for our amusement purposes. Your talk is foolish here. I do the talking. I was part of the colony here. You can't do this. Oh, you think we had a deal? A treaty? Ha! It was all fake. We lulled you into this, and you fell for it. You've decided now to confront me, but you can't get away. Your species is dying. That is why you came out here. It's over. Leave the Tribbles and return to your original form. I suspect you will find it repulsive. I have the drones for getting around. I could leave this form at will. But I have other plans for this body, and my scores of Tribble hybrids. You sent the signal to take over our ships. How could I have been so foolish? I don't know. So your being immune to the parasites will make no matter. In fact, your being here will not either. We have everything we need. How did you get one of those? What does it matter to you? Guards, take her. If we cannot assimilate her, dispose of her. No, not that. My comm doesn't work. What have you done? No, not... Well, I guess this is goodbye. Well, I know they didn't say this on the original show, but beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, pick her up.
Oh no, Lynn's been murdered. I barely knew her. Met her yesterday, but still.
She is dead, presumably killed by scores of Tribbles.
They might come back. We need to move.
This planet is messed up. We have no idea how to fight them. And besides merely roasting them with a phaser.
They act like piranha. No Tribble should have that ability. What do you think happened to him, Doc?
Well, this long, lanky one was apparently killed, and its bluegill was too. I wonder why.
The parasite was driving it as a predatory creature.
Seems to be spreading, sir.
What's spreading, Doc?
The puffy ones are dying too.
What killed this one?
Its stomach couldn't take eating her for some reason. Scanning. It appears she was carrying a noxious poison in her system. They got sick.
More of them are dead.
She must have known she would be killed and sacrificed herself. Perhaps with intent to sicken the queen.
Yeah, where is that thing?
A pattern enhancer. She must have transported somewhere. Oh no, the ship.
We should immediately return to the ship.
Blip, 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 blip. The comms aren't working.
Jamming field. Have a remote control around here. We gotta find it.
Yes, it's likely that structure on the edge of town by the wall.
How do you figure that?
Has a large, clunky antenna on the roof.
No, good call.
I was wondering when you might show up.
It is a good day to die. I'm cured. Whatever the crew did to me, well, in their company, the parasites left me. It was a violent experience. My mouth and my ass both hurt.
Poor baby.
Those crazy colonists altered the Tribble farms on this world, turned them into hybrids with some other creatures they found. I will slay them. Do not interfere. I owe it to my old crew's memories to slay each one of those furred vermin.
Keeping them as non-sentient hatchery slaves is barbaric. The parasites have the intelligence. They must have done it, not the colonists.
You're a fool. The Federation would jump at the chance to humiliate the Klingon Empire one last time.
It's Ezri? Uhura, look out. I heard him coming before I saw him. It's the security team. They've been turned into lifeless zombies.
I don't know you, but in my timeline I should. You cannot run.
Or what? The Tribbles back you up?
Ah, this battle ends now. You're a traitor. What are you going to do, sick the Tribbles on me? I don't really know how to work one of these, but...
Saved by Cyrano Jones?
You stunned me with that pole of yours.
All the way over here. Did I do that? No, I did it.
Cyrano, you traitor. You had me stunned. Only because I met Uhura years ago, and I'm here to rescue her crew.
You probably ought to give me that before you hurt yourself. Now let's see about that jamming machine.
You probably ought to give me that before you hurt yourself.
We might be able to use these to our advantage on that machine. Well, I always wanted one of these. Everybody, fire on the tower.
It's Worf and the others.
Transmitters destroyed and the zombies stopped. Yeah, thanks to a few hits from a laser whip and other things.
We got away from a madman. Halt! Stay where you are! I did not expect you to throw Tribbles at him. It was spontaneous.
Let's go before Koloth is ambulatory again. He'll call his people.
No, you have to stay. You appear to be trapped again.
It is a good day to fry.
Oh, crass.
Worf, Alexander, I want to barbecue some Tribbles.
Later, we think the Tribble Queen is beamed aboard the Chimera. Cling, Leonard.
You two like herding creatures, so herd them.
We're teenagers. Yeah, we're not even in the academy yet.
Someone beamed them aboard. They're going to devour the crew.
Then we need a plan.
We can't discharge phasers in the corridor, but we can in the force field.
Well, I just opened this holodeck door. We should trick them to go inside. Go in the holodeck and program a corral. It'll take too long, but Tribbles like more Tribbles.
Computer, program the Tribble planet from our reports.
Blah, 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 blah.
And
Computer, Arch, close door. Huh, we did it.
are you guys okay?
We are now. Isn't he a little old for you?
What? I would never. Oh, let's get going.
Oh, you would not? Too bad.
I'm too old for either of you. But not too old for me. Maybe later. Yes, but the aliens got on the bridge. We have to stop them.
How are we going to do that?
I'm not sure. They captured some of the command crew there.
We must alert the people on the planet to come and rescue us. If we use the comms, the aliens might know and track us.
We have no proof they know how to do that. Let's get going then. I've done it. I've captured a Federation starship. Ha! I don't think so. You're not even a Tribble in there.
He's right. You're one of those parasites. You're wearing that Tribble like a suit.
And what a suit it is. Ravishing, isn't it?
Oh, not really. Try not to piss her off.
Oh, yeah. Huh. I may not have the limbs you have, but I have attachments. Now I will instruct my drones to work the controls and set a course for the heart of the Federation.
Can't she do that?
I don't think so. The ship is programmed to not accept just anyone commanding it. You two, you will tell the computer to take the ship out.
We can't. No one person can fly the ship. Been that way for years.
No, it can't be. You're lying. You will comply. The Tribbles seem to be centered on the bridge area.
Well, they haven't come to auxiliary control. We should go there and take command of the ship.
Even I couldn't do that.
Well, you're not us. Tandy and O'Brien? I think you need some help down here. The beasties didn't like you either? Well, one of them approached me, so I blasted it. Didn't get away.
I see.
Well, I talked one of the creature's ears off. Whatever it passes for ears. And I shot it. That'd do it.
Should go to Ox Control and take command. You know what to do.
Two of the bridge crew are trapped on their bridge with our leader. It's Mahoney and Nog. The Queen doesn't know that they can't just fly the ship. We tried that once on the Cerritos. It didn't work.
So she hasn't been able to take the ship.
They seem to be amassing wherever there are people hiding in their quarters, or near the food replicators, or the mess hall, but don't seem able to figure out how to open most doors. Can we put up force fields where they are?
I've isolated some, but we can't mess with the environmental controls. There are people alive down there.
Try the force fields.
The landing party has returned via cargo transporter 1 into the main saucer section and will make their way here.
It's more of a heart shape, kind of. I hadn't thought of that.
Tendy can remain here and activate the force fields as we make our way to the landing party. We've returned to the ship to reclaim it from the invaders. We will be successful. Glinzai.
Well, it's Grumpy Worf. Oh, hi there. We went to auxiliary control. Tendy's there. Asked her help, too.
Bond, brother. It is agreeable to see you again. I hate family reunions. Complain later. They might be on us again. How did you get out of there?
It wasn't easy. I rescued them. Nick and Ezri are going in the other direction. Now we must retake the ship. How did they do it?
Lynn was killed. A madman was working for him. Towhead escaped.
The things are using a remote control to coordinate. Yeah.
Then we must sever the link to this control. Where is it?
Seems to be coming from Harris's quarters over there, according to the scan. We saw him on the planet, though.
He's a changeling. They can mimic people perfectly. Your doctor should have been aware of it.
Come on, I have a way in. The only life sign in there is one of the parasites.
Maybe Harris is dead.
The only left sign is the parasite, because Harris is dead. I wasn't looking at furry porn, honest. How did you pretend to be Harris? He's a clone. Most of them are Sillian clones. Lynn was also a clone. Heh. How else could they have survived for 78 years?
Why is it always clones? Arrest that thing before it attacks.
We wanted to signal our kind to come and be with us here.
It's trying to signal its kind.
Signal this.
That about did it. The link to the that about did it. The link to their collective is broken. They can't do shit. Oh, it's all slimy. We probably shouldn't have impaled the computer. Now we can't find any data on it.
The computer is finished, but perhaps the hard drive is intact.
The signal's gone. Nothing works. Queen Regent, the signal's gone. What? My controls aren't working? You will die. I hope this is some sort of escape plan. I imagine so.
That's my chair. Get out of my chair.
This is your chair? Oh, how cute. I've taken the ship with a female. I thought you would have good taste. I otherwise have bad taste. You have lost. All of your command staff is here. No one can stop the great plan, which is for us to rule. That is one big Tribble. I resemble that, but now you were captured. I already was once today. I didn't like it. Yes, he was quite cranky. Cranky? No respect for my offspring. Ah, but she'll be even crankier. We erected a trap for her. I will have my forces on the Klingon ship strike you down, and then you will be destroyed. You will not drop your shields. I will order this.
The Klingon ship is back. Open a channel.
Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. Channel open. Captain Locarno, you are not Captain Kirk, and are no match for the might of my vessel. But your other friends are out there, and have persuaded things among my crew to let me go. One of them had possessed my beloved Fluffy. I had to rescue him from your holodeck. Too bad I had to put him down. No, surely not. What? Don't call me Shirley. You will not attack the Chimera. No, it's rather pointless. Maybe if it was just the two ships in battle, then it would be a challenge, or even two against mine. But there are more.
I'm detecting a sizable space fleet out there, Captain. Coming around the other side of the planet.
I'll see you out there somewhere. This hunt is over.
I will miss them.
What?
Nothing. Tandy to the bridge. We've taken command.
No, I should have eaten them all while I had the chance.
Beamed in this. Ooh, may I use this?
May indulge yourself.
Wait, if you use that to get rid of her, it'll make a mess.
You cannot destroy the beauty of fascism.
Take this. You know where to put it.
Oh, the electric chair. No one here would die for my beauty.
Crass, where did you beam her to?
Hopefully not out into space.
She was about to explode internally from all that stuff hooked up to her.
Captain, I'm not that cruel. I beamed her somewhere. Well, she'll be no Tribble at all.
Oh no, not that.
Oh, Kest! Not again!
Captain, she's going to explode.
Emergency transport the crew now! There's fur in my mouth!
The Titan and the tail will remain here and sweep up. Most of the parasites scattered when the link was broken. They were not willing to continue without a ship.
They are fascinating creatures, though. Highly organized. A biological parasitic version of the Borg, in a way.
I had no idea this was here.
You left our world rather suddenly, and didn't get a chance to know that we'd restored Picard's mind in my golem.
Heard about that later. Not sure why I left so suddenly. It is good that Nog signaled you when he did. Otherwise Koloth could have done some damage. Even as a clone.
Yes, well, it wasn't just him. I had to know my daughter was all right. She just decided to join the strange Tribble.
They are interesting models. What, the aliens? Your offspring, Captain. You didn't actually have biological children.
Thad died from a synth ailment, but Kestra doesn't have it. I never thought about how it happened. Come on, Deanna had children. If you say so, Captain. I mean, you did raise them, and they do carry your DNA, so fine. They're your children, so much as these colonists and others like them.
Wait a minute, are you insinuating Kestra's an android? That'd be different.
That would be complicated.
Wait a minute, Tam isn't an android.
Does explain how Riker and Troy didn't actually have kids, they built them. Okay, cool. Let's not go into that in mixed company right now. What happened to us? How did we end up here? I was threatening Worf. Why would I do that? Yes, do not do that again. How did we come out of it? Where's Lynn? Lynn was killed during the battle. Oh, but there's others like her. She could return. The planet is using synths, isn't it? Some of these people are androids. The ones that were not were infected directly with the parasites.
Tabby's looking into that. But yes, it appears that they are Sillian androids. As are many of the copied copies. The original Sillian children were so few. They made more using their powers.
You know much about us.
Ah, yes. And now the Tribbles no longer appear evil, sentient, and aggressive. They were never sentient. They were puppets. They have stopped eating our people. The carnivorous ones are either dying or have lost the will to eat.
The Lynn copy unleashed a pathogen that seems to be everywhere, reverting them to their original state. But she's not Starfleet.
If that is so, in a matter of weeks, the parasites will be gone, starved to death, unable to use them for evil. Your mission's usually this unorthodox, huh? No. Also, it seems the kids helped to save your butts. You should appreciate that, Locarno.
I do, more than you know, but it's good to see you. Oh. Ditto. Huh. Castor can stay with you for a while. Riker to Titan, 2 to beam up.
I assume you'll take care of the formalities. Yes. Locarno to Till, beam us up. Captain's log, stardate 78411.4. The Tribble planet is off limits, again. And we've let Uhura's cargo ship there to keep an eye on it. The bluegill infestation was eradicated on the planet, but they're likely still out there somewhere. Now the Tribbles are back to being harmless. Harris and Amadmav remain, no longer infected. The Emmett Till will wait. We are departing for the unknown, where none dared to go before.
I assume we've brought this up with Starfleet and the Rikers.
Yeah, they do deserve some kind of commendation. I guess it's up to me then. What's going on? I don't know. Kestra Troy Riker and Tamara Paris Locarno, you are hereby acting cadets aboard the Chimera and will be admitted to the Academy within the next 2 years. You will learn the workings of a starship and the rank and rights thereto. That's amazing, but what's the catch?
Haven't you figured it out? She wants to keep an eye on us.
You get a commendation for saving the ship, and we keep an eye on you.
Well, congratulations. Be seeing you around.
Love you too.
I know.
Wrong series.
Nog to the Till. 3 to beam up.
Captain, Locarno and the others have returned to the Till. The Titan is still here, so what are your orders? My chair is too slimy to sit in. I am picking up a second signal on the scanner. What kind of signal? It's not possible, Captain. It's in a language my brother and I invented. We'll have to investigate that someday. My God, that's a big ship.
Not so big as our captain, I think.
Well, it's time to get underway ourselves.
Course heading, Captain?
That way, where no one has dared to go before. Engage.
That way is not a course heading, Captain.
Second star to the right, straight on till morning.
That is also not a course heading, Captain.
Just get us out of the system. Navigator, pick something calm.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
I brought him to you. When do I get my payment? What? What is the meaning of this? This is weird. You look like Picard.
Oi, Governor. See, this bloke's real bright. Ah, shut up, you internet troll. Shadow Dancer, had enough of your sarcasm. Ah, critical vitriol. You're all talk and no action. Enough of that, you two. Knock it off.
You must be clones or something. Whatever he's offered you, I offer you double.
Lucky? Sam Clerk? He's lying, of course.
Okay, this is creeping me out a little bit. And do what you want with Cyrano. I get to keep the other one.
I see. Would have changed your appearance again.
In time, my old teacher. Be patient.
With a motley crew I've decided to join up with.